couch, dogs, me, guitar lessons. Hey there, LickNRiffers, how are you doing? I hope your fingers are ready for another full fingerstyle arrangement lesson right here on LickNRiff, and this time we're going to learn a whole new world from Disney's Aladdin. Now this lesson was purchased as a private arrangement by a private student and donated to the channel for everyone's enjoyment, so thank you very much, private student. First I'm going to play it so you can see and hear how it goes, and then we're going to break it down lick by lick with tabs right here on the screen. So here goes, enjoy. Okay, so if you're ready, let's jump right into the lesson. So, start with a D chord, just a normal D chord. And then you lift a finger off of the E string and play the open E string. And you get this. Okay, you want to keep the chords ringing. Then you play a G chord. Okay, but you only put on 2 fingers on the 3rd fret of both E strings. Okay, both G notes. So you have a finger free to play 2 on the E string, so it's this. Okay, again, the chord still ringing. Then 3 on the 2nd string, and then another D chord, and you play strings 3 and 4. Okay, and that's the first phrase, D, G, D. All right, and then the next phrase starts the same way with D and G. Okay, but this time you play B minor after that. Okay, strings 1, 2, 3, and 5, just a normal B minor chord. And then 3 pull off to 2 on the E string. And then you play A. Okay, again, strings 1, 2, 3, and 5. But you can also arpeggiate it. You can play strings 1 and 5, and then strings 3, 2, and 1. Like this. Okay, just to vary. You can also arpeggiate the B minor chord. Okay, you can do anything you like with this. I'm just teaching you the basics. You make your own arrangement. Also, after you're finished with the first phrase, I told you to put the D chord on because you have space there and you can fill that space any way you like. Or just short arpeggio. Okay, so the second phrase was D, G, B minor, A. Now we're playing E minor. You can put the chord on, but you can just play strings 1, 2, 3, and 6. Okay, and then 4 on the 2nd string. I play it with my pinky because that way I'm more comfortable changing into F sharp. F sharp, bar on 2, E shaped. And again, you play the whole chord, strings 1, 2, 3, and 6. So that's why I play the 4 on the 2nd string with my pinky. Okay, because then I'm positioned to make the transition without letting go of the note prematurely. So then after you play F sharp, you play 5, 2 on the 2nd string using your pinky. Because you want to keep the chord ringing. Okay, so you got it? E minor, F sharp. Now you play B minor at 11. Now before you get scared because of the fancy name, it's just B minor without the bar. Okay, so it's B minor with an open E string. That's all it is. And that's B minor at 11. So never be afraid of a fancy chord name, because usually it's just one note moving around. So B minor, just lift the bar, keep the finger on the 5th string, but you have an open E string. So you play strings 1, 2, 3, and 5. Okay, what a beautiful chord. A minor at 11 chord. And then the 2nd string. Just the 2nd string. On 3, it's inside the chord. Then you play an A chord again, and you play strings 2, 3, and 5. Then you play 3 on the 2nd string. Okay, we're almost done with the verse. Then you play G, but only put on a finger on 3 on the bass, because you need a kind of a lower pitched, darker G chord, so you just play strings 2, 3, 4, and 6. Okay, without the cheerful high G note. So just a dark, lower G chord. And then 3 on the 2nd string, open E string, 3 on the 2nd string again, while the G chord is ringing. Okay? And then for the final chord of the verse, D. And if you want to get fancy, play the D chord while you hammer on 0 to 2 on the E string. Okay, just for a fancy embellishment sound. So, okay, or, okay, a block chord works just as well. So that's the verse. D, G, D again. D, G, B, A. Then E minor, F sharp, B minor at 11, A, G, D. And that's the verse for A Whole New World. Now for the chorus. You still have D on, and you play strings 1 and 3. Then on the same strings you play 3 and 4. Okay, 3 on the 1st string, 4 on the 3rd. Then you play 7 and 7 on the same strings. So you get the A Whole New line harmonized. Okay, by sixths. I hate that word, sixths. So, got it? 2 and 2, 3 and 4, 7 and 7 on 1st and 3rd strings. Then this A chord. Bar on 2 up to the 4th string. Then the pinky on 5 on the E string, and you play strings 1, 2, 3, and 5. And you have space to fill, so I play it like this. I play strings 1 and 5, and then I just arpeggiate the chord in any way I feel like it at the moment. Okay? And then it's 2 on the E string, so lift the pinky. Then you play a G chord, normal G chord. Then 7 on the E string. And then this A. Okay, 5, 5, and 6 on strings 1, 2, and 3. So bar strings 1 and 2, put 6 on the 3rd. And you play strings 1, 2, 3, and 5. Or you can play strings 1, 3, and 5, because then you need to play the 2nd string. Okay, 5 on the 2nd string. So you can play the whole chord or just the 6th. Or really doesn't make that much of a difference. I just wanna make you aware of the options. Then it's G again. Then 2 on the E string. Then it's D, and you pull off from 2 to 0 on the 1st string, and then play the 2nd string on 3. So it's okay. So got it. So it's G, 2 on the E string, then D. Pull off on E, 3 on the 2nd string. And then you play this. 2 and 3 on strings 1 and 2 inside the D chord. Then on strings 1 and 2 again, 3 and 5, then 5 and 7. We harmonized with sixths before. Now we're harmonizing with thirds. Okay? So, and then it's this. Okay, now this is kind of harmonizing a G chord, because this, a D shape on 7, 8, and 7 is a G chord. So I'm using the G string as a bass note here, and 8 on the second string for the harmony, and 9 and 7 on the E string as the melody. So that's outlining a G chord. So put on 8 and 9 on strings 2 and 1, okay? The first string on 9, second string on 8, like this. And when you isolate it, it doesn't sound that good. Okay, it sounds weird, but it's a melody, so okay, now it sounds right because it makes the transition into a G chord harmony. So 9, 8, and 0 on strings 1, 2, and 3, and then 7 on the E string, and then 5 on the E string with the D string, and then 7 on the third string. Now this is a harmony, a thin harmony of a D chord instead of this. Okay? It's just choosing notes out of the chord. Okay, and then 5 on the E string again, then this again. Okay, 9, 8, and 0 on strings 1, 2, and 3, but then you play 10 on the E string. And then the same D chord. Got it? It's right? The same move, G, D, G, D, but the first time it's 9, 7, 5, and the second time it's 9, 10, 5. Okay, so 9, 7, 5, 5 again, 9, 10, 5, right? G, D, G, D. And then we have two different endings. So let's play the chorus again and then learn the endings. Remember this, and then this A. Then 2, G, 7, and then this A. Remember? Then G to D. Then thirds, and then G, D, G, D that we just did. Okay? For the first ending, you play 3 on the second string with your second finger because you prepare for a B minor chord. Then you play the B minor chord, open E string, then E7. I play it like this: 3 on the second string, 1 on the third string, open E bass, then the E string again, then A7 sus4, which is just 3 on the second string and 2 on the fourth string. Now I play strings 2, 3, and 5, and then the E string. But I put on 2 on the fourth string in case it plays by mistake. That happens sometimes by the guitar's vibration. Sometimes strings ring out very, very, in a very, very low volume, but they still ring out. And if you play this, that's not the A7 sus4 chord, this is. So, just in case. And that's the first ending. B minor, E7, A7 sus4. Okay, the second ending starts the same way with B minor and E7. And then you play C with 3 on the E string. Okay? And then 2 on the E string. Try to keep some of the C chords still ringing. Okay? The bass note at least. And then A7 sus4. The same way you did before. So the first ending is B minor, E7, A7 sus4. The second is B minor, E7, C, A7 sus4. The C gets pushed in there. So then for an ending or for a return to the beginning, you play D again and either start over or play my optional ending, which is this. Okay, I build a D chord on a G chord there at the end, just for an interesting sort of ending, but you can just end on D if you want. Okay, so you get this. 。 okay? Without the E string if you want to finish on a D note. Or what I just did when I played it. Okay, now for this ending, you need to play G with this shape. The pinky and the third finger on the E and E strings, because you want to keep the chord ringing. And then the second finger for 2, the pinky for 3, the first finger for 1, for 2 on the third string. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, so okay, this is, if you want to get technical about it, it's a nicely named chord. It's, get ready for this, G major 7 add 9. Okay, this is a nice chord. G major 7 add 9. So you can finish on that if you want. Okay, and that's a whole new world. So before you go practice this, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I've got a ton of lessons here for you to learn, and I upload a new one every couple of days or so, and a new full fingerstyle arrangement every couple of weeks or so. So what you've got to lose? Subscribe to the channel and join the LickNRiff community. Go download the tab from the website. The link is right below in the description. You can't miss it. It's a link. Go to the website, download the tab, and if you want to give something back to LickNRiff, everything here is for free. But if you want to help out, there's a large blue donation button right above the tab. You can't miss that. It's large, it's blue, it says donate, and everything goes right back into making the lessons, into working on the arrangements, working on the exercises, working on filming this, on editing it, on uploading it. It all takes time and work. So if you want to help out, and you know, everything goes right back to your guitar education. So I'd be more than grateful for any donation whatsoever, and I thank you in advance for it. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this half as much as I did. Now you go practice this, get it on your fingers, and I'll see you the next lesson. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.